Right, well, I wasn't going to make a video about this because I didn't want to jinx it, but then I figured, it's part of life, and I made a video before the last time this happened, so why not? Right now, we are applying for Hillary's visa to come to the UK again, but this time it's a little different. Before, I made some videos and it was when Hillary was refused for a visa. It's weird because like people don't like to share bad stuff. So I made a video and I shared the bad stuff too. Because it's a bit stupid, isn't it? When you only make a video and you only share the good stuff, you only share the positive stuff. That's not how life is. Life has ups and downs. So I'm making this video in anticipation of good news, but it could be bad news. Who knows? Right, so we are applying for Hillary's visa. Unlike the past where it was a tourist visa or they don't really call it, do they call it a tourist visa? A visit visa, because it's 6 months or less, right? Unlike before, we are now applying for a long-term visa / immigration visa / family visa. And that visa would last for 2.5 years. And then she would have to reapply in the middle for the extension. And then after the extension, I think she would have to wait another year, or she could then apply for indefinite leave to remain, which would be it would mean she could stay in the UK long term if she wants to at that time. So reasons why we decided to do this, I'll talk about in a minute, but let's just first talk about the application. It is not easy, and it's given me a whole new understanding about when people would say, you know, foreigners want to come to the UK and steal all our jobs, or foreigners want to come to the UK and just sit around claiming benefits. And I'm thinking to myself, if you saw the application and all the stuff that you need to prove to be allowed into the UK, then you might change your ideas about that. Because to apply for the family visa, there's many different ways you can do it, but let's just go through the two common ones, let's say. You have to prove that you're able to support yourself without claiming any public funds. So without claiming benefits. You're not allowed to claim benefits if you have a spouse visa. On your visa itself, it will say you can't claim benefits. So I'm not sure who these people are that people used to say, oh, they come to the UK and then they claim benefits. I don't understand who those people are, because you're not allowed to claim benefits if you have a family visa. If you have a tourist visa, of course, you're not allowed to claim benefits. But if you have any kind of long-term visa, you're not allowed to claim benefits. And you have to prove that in advance. You have to prove that you don't meet the criteria for benefits in advance. Meaning you have to prove that you... regardless of how your income and everything is back home, wherever you're coming from, so in China, in Hillary's case, you have to prove that the UK partner has either a job earning a certain amount of money per year, or has savings that can cover your entire 2.5 years in the UK while you're not there. So it's not easy. It's really not easy. And I've been watching online a lot of people applying for this visa and how stressful it is and how difficult it is. So those are the two normal routes. You either have to have a job in the UK earning over £18,600 per year, which I think as of right now is probably like a basic job. I think, I'm not sure because I haven't been in the UK working for like 10 years, but I think 18,600 is like a basic job. I mean, it's not minimum wage, but it's not, it's not a doctor. I think it's a basic job you can get for 18,600 a year at today's prices. Or savings, yay! But not just savings like, oh, I've got £10,000. No. Savings, you have to have savings that would be the equivalent of having 18,600 per year, plus £16,000. So that would equate to £62,500 that you need to have. £62,500 in savings, or be working full time. Not full time, but earning 18,600 a year. Those are the two routes, the two normal routes in. Of course, your circumstances might be different. You might go through a different route, but those are the two normal ones. I'm not the professional advisor here, so everything I say in this video is just from what I've seen and from my current experience in applying for this. Those are the two main routes. So I don't know who's coming to the UK to claim benefits. Like, who are these people? What visa did they come on? And how are they claiming benefits if you're not allowed to claim benefits, or you can't claim benefits with this visa? I don't know. So yeah, that's what we're going through right now. We're applying for this visa. We've already put the application in, and we just have to see how it goes. They say it could take up to 3 months. We didn't know it was going to take that long, because before, when I'd looked on the internet, it said that there was a 5-day priority one that I could pay for, which apparently doesn't exist. It disappeared when I was trying to do it. When we were going through it with Hillary, we couldn't find any priority 5-day one. So we've done a priority one that says up to 6 weeks, but that's if they're not busy, they can do it within that time. Otherwise, it will just still take up to 3 months to go through. So that's where we're at. We're applying for Hillary's visa to come to the UK to stay. The first part being the 2.5 years, and then when that's up, apply for the extension, another 2.5 years, and then at that point, sort of like settle in the UK, stay in the UK. And then on Hillary's side, she has to do a few things as well. So she has to prove her level of English. So she had to take an English test. And she also needed to prove that she hasn't got tuberculosis. So she had to take a test for TB. So they did a chest x-ray. That cost about £50. The English test, I can't remember how much that cost. From memory, we're looking around £100. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but it's A1 English level. Very easy. It's like they listen to conversations. Some people are maybe in a shop, for example, and one person will say, "Oh wow, I like the bananas in here, but today I don't want to eat bananas, I want to eat apples. Yes, I'm going to buy 3 pounds of apples." And then the question will be like, what did she buy? Apples. And then there might be a second question, like, how much did she spend on the apples? And then you'd answer 3 pounds. So it's just stuff like that. You listen to sort of like an extract of some general random conversation, and then they ask you some very basic questions about it. So the English test was okay for Hillary. I helped her prepare for that. And after the 2.5 years, she'll need to apply for a second English test, which is more difficult. I haven't looked at that yet, but we're assuming that, you know, being in the UK and being around English speakers all the time, she would just be fine for that test without needing to specifically prepare for that. So we'll cross that bridge when it comes. But yeah, so just an update really to let you know that we are applying for the visa right now, and we're in the waiting part at the minute, just waiting. If it's refused, then we'll have to reapply. Oh, and that's the other thing I didn't mention. The cost of applying for the visa. So the visa itself is like 900 something pounds, and then there's the priority fee, which is about another 500 odd pounds. So it comes together for the visa at like £1,500. That's the visa application and the priority fee. And then, of course, a lot of Hillary's documents are all in Chinese, so those have to be translated, so we have to pay for the translation, and it has to be an official translation. Not like, oh, I can speak Chinese, I'm going to translate it. No. It has to be done by a company, and they have to stamp it and whatever, so we have to pay for that. What else? What other costs were there? Oh yeah, then there's the Nhs charge, because as a sort of a foreigner in the UK, to use the NHS, she has to pay the Nhs Surcharge, which I think was £1,800, something like that, for 2.5 years. And she'll have to pay that again in 2.5 years. But the funny thing is about that is she has to pay. This is all because, you know, you can't come to the UK and then start like using public resources. So claiming benefits, using the NHS and all that lot. So she has to pay for it in advance. But the funny thing is, if she starts to work in the UK, she's allowed to work on this visa. If she starts to work in the UK, she would still pay the NHS again, like through national insurance and taxes and whatever. And there's no sort of like, you know, she's already paid in advance, but she's gonna have to pay it again if she starts working, so have to pay twice. So again, you know, people who think, oh yeah, come to the UK and take everything for free, yeah, no. So there's that. So there's NHS charge, 1,800, I think. The application itself, 1,500. The English test, I think it was about £100. I'll check and I'll put the actual price on the screen. And then her TB test was about £50. Any other costs? Let me see. Oh yeah, and of course, like, because I'm not working in the UK, so you know what that means. Savings. And what else? I'm trying to think of all the other costs. And just the general stress of getting all these documents together and proving stuff and getting a letter from family, providing like, you know, that we're allowed to stay at the home address and stuff like that. And there's just a lot. There's just a lot of stuff you have to do to apply for this visa. So I'm hoping that it's a result that we are looking for. But you know, last time we applied for the tourist visa, we were refused before. And it wasn't like a refusal as in you can't come. It was a refusal as in like you didn't provide evidence of whatever it was. And we were just like, okay, then let's pay again and apply again. If that happens this time, it's like £1,500 to reapply. So I'm hoping that we don't need to do that. I'm hoping that they will call us or whatever if there are any questions instead of just refusing it and then making us reapply. So anyway, that's what's happening. Just thought I would put this in a video, and that is today's video. Any questions or advice about applying for this visa, you can let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's all really. I will keep you up to date with if we get any responses or any phone calls. I'm not expecting anything just yet though. I'm expecting that it's going to be, you know, we were planning for Christmas that we could go home, but after looking at the time frames, we think that there's a chance that we might miss Christmas, because Christmas isn't even that far away, really. And so yeah, anyway, let's just wait and see. All right, that's all for now. See you in the next one.